There are tons of different ways that you can market your business, but should you use all of them? That's a different story. Today we are talking about whether you can build your business without social media. Let's jump right into it. If you're new here, my name is Liz and I help coaches and consultants add video to their business. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss any of my future content. Now, I will be the first to say that you can absolutely build a thriving business without getting on social media. It's been proven time and time again. My dad had a business, he never even owned a computer. So it can be done, and I know that many of you watching this video are attempting to build your business without having to get on social media. Now, you might be shying away from social media for a bunch of different reasons. Maybe you don't like to show your face on camera. Maybe you're not sure how to actually use some of the platforms. Maybe it all just seems very noisy to you and you don't want to be a part of that. Whatever your reason is, I completely support you building your business in whichever way works for you. Today, what I'm going to do is outline a couple of the different ways that you can market your business and give you something to think about regarding whether you should actually get on social media on top of all that. Let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing to keep in mind is how you are actually building your digital footprint. The days of people opening their newspaper to the classified section and trying to find somebody to hire are long gone, my friend. So you do need to have some type of digital presence. Now remember, you want to be found in some way. This is how you want to actually have people come forward and raise their hand and say, yes, I would like to hire you. So think about all the different ways you can be found. Through your website, through general SEO, through other stuff that you publish online, through word of mouth, through print ads. These are all great ways to get found, but consider the investment of your time and how long that actually takes. Now, you might be banking on your hidden digital footprint in the sense that you don't really want to get on social media, but you're hoping that people will still find you on the internet. So that is really only going to happen in one of a few different ways that we're going to talk about in today's video. But if you go to Google and type the name of your business, what really is going to come up? If you have a business website, hopefully that will come up, but what else do you see there? So if you have reviews that people have left for you online, or if your business is published in some type of an online directory, then that might help at least to get you a little bit of visibility. But consider the fact that that's a very passive process. A lot of it is out of your control. You're not the one really actively doing anything about it. You're kind of leaving it up to the masses to say good words about you and put it on the internet. So this is one real drawback of just kind of hoping that on the World Wide Web there is enough good information about you that somebody actually finds it. This is one of the reasons that we want to have a strong digital presence. We want people to be able to go in different platforms, just type your business name or type your service plus the city where you are and have your name actually come up. Social media really helps with that. Now let's talk about referrals. Now, I'm actually a big believer of referrals. I really like them. And I have another business. It's a service-based business that I run fully off of referrals, and it runs pretty well. However, that business has been running for almost 15 years. It is something that I was doing on the side since my young days, and I only turned it into an official business about 6 years ago. So I have built up enough credibility within the community to be able to run that business off of referral. If I was starting that business today, I would never do that. I would never just be operating off of referral like that. Now, I know that there are many businesses that fully work off of referral. Your clients will refer you to others, they'll say good things about you out in the world, and then people will come knocking on your door. I totally appreciate that. But consider for yourself that many people who are coming to you, even through referral, will still kind of look you up online. They will still hope to see something about you on the internet somewhere. So if there isn't already enough published content, at least on your website or just on Google somewhere, then they're going to wonder whether there's anything sketchy about you or if there's some reason that you seem to be invisible on the internet. So having social media and active posting actually helps with that. It shows people that are coming to you that you have an active brand. These are the things that you're doing. You are publishing regularly and people have good things to say about it, and there's a lot of engagement. So it can really help there too. Now let's think about email marketing and your website. At this day and age, almost everybody has a website if they own a business. So that's great. That's a good first step. But remember, again, somebody has to find you there. Your website needs to have enough of an SEO credibility or keyword juice to actually get found when people look for a business like yours. It's unlikely that anybody already has the name of your business at the tip of their tongue. So instead, they're going to be going to Google and just looking for a business that has to do with your niche and then seeing what comes up. So that type of stuff can take years to build if you are just banking on good keywords on your website. You need enough traffic and enough backlinks, and you have to have really strong keywords and enough content on your website that it actually shows up anywhere on the first couple of pages of Google when someone is looking up your niche. Considering how many hundreds of thousands of businesses started over the pandemic, your small niche might now be very, very crowded. So for you to show up somewhere in the first couple of pages ranking on Google, it's a long game to play. You're actually taking a lot of time to build that credibility so that your website shows up anywhere. Email marketing is something that I really actually strongly believe in. Having a good email list can keep your business thriving for years. But remember, even people who are reading your email love to see another side of you. And this is where social media comes in. Email can become very static at some point because people can't see you in real time. They can just kind of make a decision about you based upon what they read in black and white. Imagine if you combined that with social media. They can read the nice juicy content and they can also see you on social media. They can see what type of things you're posting. They can see your face, hear your voice, hear the way that you explain things. And that can somehow really make that difference towards building the personal connection that is sometimes missing from email. And I also want you to consider this whole notion of the silent observer. The thing about social media is that not everybody who is following you is going to be sending you messages or leaving comments there or raising their hand in any way. In fact, a good number of my clients showed up at my doorstep after saying, "Oh yeah, I've been following you on social for a while, so I know that you can deliver what it is that I'm looking for." But I had no idea that those people existed. They were not actively saying anything to me or sending me messages or doing anything like that. So that's the funny thing about social media, because people can be just observing and consuming your content for a while, taking some time to really be thorough about their decision of working with you, but you might never know it in the meantime. So you can't really just assume that if I start social media and if I'm not getting 100 likes and 50 comments on everything, that it's not working. Because in fact, a good number of the times, the people who are not even engaging with your social media and just silently consuming it are the ones that will actually hire you later. Now, one funny thing that I always say to my son when we talk about different musicians is I ask him to consider the fact that Michael Jackson became such a huge international king of pop, the world's greatest, by not having any social media. He had died even before he was able to actually get on social media and create his own brand there. So imagine how crazy his legacy would have been if he had been sort of living in these times. So he built that entire brand without ever having to work on social media or do any of the things on these platforms that people are doing now. And yet he became that much of a big star. So this is what shows that in those days, he was using all the mediums that were available to him, and he got international publicity and celebrity status through all of that. Of course, obviously, combined with his talent and his skill. But think about other artists nowadays, like Taylor Swift, for example. Can you imagine if she shut down her social platforms? She has millions of followers across every platform, and it has absolutely catapulted her status. It's taken her existing skill and talent and put it in front of millions and millions of people. So yes, you can get things done without social media. But in today's day and age, with these free platforms, why would you want to miss that opportunity? If you already are an expert in your area, then you don't have to go all out with social media, in the sense that you don't have to be dumping money into paid ads. You don't have to be showing up 8 times a week and doing all sorts of things that you're uncomfortable with. But showing up at least once or twice a week on a variety of different platforms is beneficial for you to just come out of that shell a little bit and get some exposure with today's digital world. And it's beneficial for your audience because now they don't have to jump on a Zoom call with you or try to get referred to you through somebody else or come to your storefront and have a meeting with you. They can simply, in the comfort of their own home, spend some time looking at your content, go through it to see whether they click with you and whether what you're saying makes sense to them and if you're the right person for them. So this has become wildly beneficial for your audiences as well. So even though, yes, I would always say you can build a business without social media, I would also ask, why would you want to? Just add that extra leg on and see how that visibility is going to actually help your brand out. So if you liked today's video, I hope that you will give it a like, share it off with one of your friends. Don't forget to subscribe because every single Tuesday, I bring you a new video teaching you how you can add video to your business. So until next time, take care.